my name's Karen, and I'm here to avenge the El Pueblo chili. I am making green chili today. First of all, we've got pork. You need 1 pound of pork per 4 people that you're going to be making it for. You need onion, a yellow onion, diced, garlic, 2 cloves garlic diced. You'll need El Pueblo chili, flour, can of tomatoes, can of diced jalapenos, cheese, and tortillas, oil. So first of all, we're going to take about 2 tablespoons of oil and add it to your pan. So we're going to turn it to about medium heat, and we're going to put about 2 tablespoons of oil. You can add a little bit more if you want to. If you think you're going to need a little more, you can add a little more if you want as you go along too. So if you don't add enough oil at the beginning, you can add it as you go. So you let it get a little bit warm, and you take your pork, and this is already diced, and it's called pork stew meat. But you can take like pork chops and cut it up into little cubes to where it's kind of like that, you know. And you can have a little bit more fat on it if you want, if you like fat. So you just add it into the frying pan like that, and you start to let it get brown. And this kind of takes a little bit of time, and you got to be really careful at this time because so you want to get a crust on your pork. You know, you don't want to fry it all the way through because it cooks in a crock pot a little bit later. You also add flour to it too, so it's going to cook a little bit more. So it doesn't need to be cooked all the way at this time. You want to mostly get it to a real high temperature and get that crust on it. That is like the most important thing to do when making green chili, is to get the crust on the pork and not to burn it. That is like very, very important, and it gives it the flavor. That and the El Pueblo green chili gives it the flavor. So again, that is very important that you do that. This is a whole medium diced yellow onion. And again, you can dice it up as, you know, if you like it chunky, you can have like big chunks. If you like it tiny, this will fry up and you can't even notice that the onion's even in there. But so kind of, I finally chop it a little bit. So add all the onion in there, a whole medium onion. And then this is 2 garlics, cloves. It's roasted, and then I dice it too, so it's really, really soft. You don't have to roast it before. You can just have raw garlic if you want. You can just do that. Also, if you don't have garlic, you can add just garlic salt. That's another thing that I do add too, is garlic salt too. So we're going to let that kind of heat up there. This is the garlic salt that I was talking about. If you don't have garlic, then you can just use garlic salt. But the fresher ingredients that you have, the better the food comes out. You know. Also with this, when you do add this, you know, this is diced jalapenos. And so you do have to be really careful of how hot that you do want it, how hot your company can take the heat. Usually on the side, when you do buy the jalapenos, this one doesn't have it, but usually on the side it does measure the hotness. Also, if you don't have green chili like that, you can buy diced green chili in a can too, just like this too. And on the side of the cans, it'll say medium to hot. It'll have like a temperature thing saying how hot the chili is. So if, like I said, so if your people are real used to hot stuff, you just get mild. This has got a real good smell to it. People will walk in your house and be, oh my gosh, what are you cooking today? This has got real nice flavor smell to it. The El Pueblo chilies, the chilies, this is another thing that's really important. They are hot. And so when you are handling them, you do need to wear rubber gloves. If you don't have rubber gloves, then use a paper towel. So when handling the chilies, you'll put these on. You also need paper towels to rub the skin off your chilies. I'll show you how to do that in just 1 minute. So in a crock pot, you need to put your can of diced tomatoes, diced jalapenos. Alright, so let's see if it's got the crust now. And it is. It's starting to brown. It's starting to get the crust. It's going to look like you're almost going to burn it. But just kind of be careful. You can also smell when it does start to burn, so that's another thing you can be aware of, is the smell of burning. So over here, this is the El Pueblo chili. And it looks more like this, just a little bit bigger. This is a jalapeno, but the green chili is a little bit longer. It's about that long, and it's like this. It's just like this, maybe a little bit thicker too. But it comes like this, and then they roast it in a big roaster, and then it comes out kind of pretty much like this. But you gotta take the skin. You gotta, if you can see, it's got like a little bit of skin that charred right there. So that's pieces of the skin. So what you do is you take the green chili and you kind of just go like that. You kind of just rub it, and it should come off really, really nice. And if it don't come off all the way, it's kind of okay too, because it's nice just to have a little bit of that in your green chili. It's a nice little taste of char. So that's what it looks like. So that's an El Pueblo chili. This one doesn't taste any hotter, but it's just got the red to it. But it's an El Pueblo chili too. It's just the same. So you just rub this off like this. Like that. Get all that char off of there like that. Like that. If you don't do it with gloves and you go to rub your eyes after, it will burn your eyes, it will burn your nose, it will burn anything that you touch. So like I said, it is very important that you have rubber gloves on, or when you are touching the chili, that you use paper towels. So look how nice that's getting. Getting real crispy. You got your onion in here, your garlic, and your pork. A little bit of salt. Some people add pepper. I don't add pepper at all. I don't like the pepper taste in my chili. It takes over the taste of hotness. Pretty soon all you're tasting is pepper chili. So you don't want your chili to taste like pepper. So I don't add any pepper at all. So this is what you want it to get like, exactly like this. You want it to be nice and brown. See how it looks almost burnt. See that? Almost looks burnt, but it's not. So you get it like that. Your flour. I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit so I don't burn it while I'm trying to put my flour on here. So usually about 1/4 cup to 1/2 cup. And what you want to do is you want to put this flour all over your pork. You got a nice little coat of flour on top of there like that. Now, this is another tricky thing. Now you want to turn it back up, get it high again. And this is another one. You want to get it coated and you want to get it brown now. So now the trick is, now you want to get the flour coat brown. So now that's going to brown a little bit too there. It's nice and coated. Almost burnt. So I'm going to take it off the heat. So now it looks like it's burnt, but you would smell it that it's not. But you do want it to get nice and crusty like that. So then you take this and you put it into your tomato. And well, now it's just got the jalapenos, but I'll be adding that green chili here in just a minute. So you just add that like that. That's pretty much it. You come back over and you put this here. This is another really good point too. And you take a little bit of water and you're gonna get this off of here. So this is gonna be like your stock, I guess they would call it. So it also helps you clean your pan. It makes it a little bit easier because it gets everything off of it. So you're getting all your flavor from inside the pan here. But as you can see, it's coming off nice and like a little like gravy, like a beef like stock. Well, actually this would be a pork stock. So get that all nice and loose. And then again, you take this and you just add it in here like that. And that just helps give your flavor, give you a little more flavor. You let it cook for about 2 hours. It starts getting a little thick if you think it's too thick. A lot of people like it like soup. So if you think it's too thick, you can always add water to it. But you gotta be careful because then you're like making it thin. So once you start making it thin, you can't make it thick anymore. You gotta like start over with the pork again. So just be careful. If you do like it thin, add just barely a little bit of water at a time. That way you don't make it too thin. And that way you can just measure how much it is. So this is the El Pueblo chili, all diced up. And this is a great food for a nice winter day. Also, it's a favorite of mine for a Denver Bronco game. They tasted the Pueblo chili this year, and for some reason they ruled that they liked the New Mexico chili. But my opinion is there's nothing like El Pueblo chili. We have festival dances, and it's a big deal for Pueblo. Like I said, we roast it every year. If your store does not carry it, I would ask you to request that they carry it. So you just come and you take the green chili and you just add it in there like that. And you can see everything all in there. It's not the greatest looking thing, but boy is it good. So you let it simmer for about 2 hours. The last half hour you would like put it on low. That's it. That's the Pueblo chili. Thank you very much.